It's afternoon, yeah.
We stayed up way late last night.
Ah,
Sister and I we were playing games with toys,
Right.
so we were having fun. And then I was watching my new TV for a second. I'm glad I have because
do you have a fan in your bedroom?
yeah, it's not as good, but when I'm in the middle of the night, I have to turn it off because I get cold.
Oh, okay. But at least you have a fan. I wonder if is there a ceiling light in your bedroom? I forget.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Directly in the top?
Mhm.
We could put a ceiling fan in there.
That's what I need.
We could actually put a ceiling fan in there, and that way we could put a ceiling fan on there with a remote control. You could lay in your bed and go.
Probably because I don't want to get a chair.
Well, no, they have the chains that hang down,
Okay.
and we can make it low enough to where only you could reach it. Because Addie'd be in there turning it on and off, on and off.
Oh yes, Addie and Annabelle. And when it's time for bed, Addie only comes in here saying when Annabelle wants me.
Right.
But then I'm like half asleep. And I'm just like, what?
What? How come she don't go in there and tell Daddy Annabelle wants Daddy?
No, she's telling her that Annabelle wants me.
I know. How come she's not saying Annabelle? Because Annabelle's crying for you?
Yeah.
Why? Because you're her secret mommy?
No, I'm her.
Babysitter?
At times, I'm her favorite, and at times, Addie's her favorite.
Ah, okay.
Last one of the few nights ago.
Because sometimes the oldest child ends up getting all the responsibility.
That's actually how it is here.
Yeah. And it's not always right, because really, Daddy should get up and change that baby's diaper more than you. He's the house. Right now, he's the house mom.
But at least he pays me.
Does he pay you?
Yeah.
Wow, that's improved.
At least sometimes he will forget, but then I remind him, and then he does.
I'll bet you do. I love it.
Addie had fun. We celebrated her birthday last night because my mom had her day off. She had days off on Fridays, and no, it was just on Monday. She had.
Okay.
Off.
Well, I don't celebrate birthdays, right?
Yeah.
Well,
But
and
you're Papa.
I'm Pop. Well,
You're the gift.
I always get. Oh, you're sweet, honey. I'm the gift. I miss you too, honey. I miss you too, sweetheart. I gave you gifts, though. You know that.
Yes.
All the time.
Yeah.
And that's not why you like me.
No. Because you're my Papa.
Oh, I love you, honey. I love you. Hopefully, your mom and dad will let us go do stuff.
I'm sure they will. We can't really go do that much stuff because my mom's usually at work all day because she comes back at like 6.
Right.
And then all of them, like having them, Annabelle, without my mom and Addie would be tough.
For who?
My dad, because
Oh, the poor man. He has to watch it. How old is Addie now? 5?
she's 5.
Yeah, poor man's got to watch a 5 and a 2-year-old.
Annabelle is crazy though, and we went to.
Well, who made her crazy?
Annabelle and Addie, they did that, and me.
You didn't make her crazy.
Well, sometimes when I was jumping on the trampoline, she saw me and then she came out.
I know, but honey, you're not the babysitter.
I know. But I
And what about if you and Addie and I went and did stuff, and we just left Annabelle here with the
she would cry whenever me and my dad tried to go, and Addie tried to go to the
Yeah,
7-Eleven.
she's not in charge, honey. Let her
No.
cry.
But
She ain't gonna die.
I know. It's just when she does that, her throat will start to hurt.
Oh, sweetheart, let her throat get hurt. Remember the time when you touched that heater in the garage? Remember? Let me ask you, did you ever touch another heater again?
No.
No, because you learned your lesson, didn't you? Isn't that something?
No.
So if Addie got a sore throat, she'd learn her lesson and she'd go,
Annabelle.
or Annabelle, yeah,
We all get mixed up.
the redheaded one.
They're both redheaded.
So are you, silly.
Her hair's like an orangish right now.
Yeah. You all have beautiful hair. You each have your own beautiful hair.
She's gonna be like one of our aunts because one of my aunts has orange hair since she's my mom's sister.
Correct. But your mom has kind of orange hair.
Yeah, but
You know
it's
why
more
your
of a
mom-
red than an orange.
It kind of.
If
Kinda.
I met my aunt that had orange hair. Her hair is like an orange.
Naturally, or
It's like orangish red, but my mom has more red than orange.
does your aunt dye it, or does she?
It's
It's
actually like.
It's her real hair.
Mhm.
So that's your mom's real hair too.
Yeah.
And that's Addie's real hair. That's your real hair. Look what color my hair is now.
Gray and
Ah.
black.
Is it black?
A bit black.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's just like.
Oh. I miss you too, baby. You're my little monkey. I miss you too.
Oh, snap. I forgot to let the dogs out.
So I've got to figure out. It costs me so much money. I wish there was a place here I could park my RV. If I could park my RV right over there or something, I could live right here.
Yeah.
But there's no place to park the RV.
I mean, if Libby's let you, I'm sure you could park your RV like around her.
But I couldn't live in it.
Oh.
I couldn't park it over there and live in it. So if I parked the RV over there or over there, I'd have to. I might as well just rent an RV space somewhere. I'm gonna look around and see where I can get an RV space less than $1,000 a month. Yeah.
Then you wouldn't have to travel all the
Well,
way.
eventually I'm gonna have to travel, honey, to get a job.
Yeah.
Unless I can get a job right here in Utah.
My dad's trying to find a job, but then he's gonna have to put us in daycare. And now they're doing the weirdest thing at school.
Yeah, you probably that school thing is weird. That whole school thing is weird.
A through B, the alphabetical order, and 2 days a week.
Just you know what your dad should do? Here's what your dad should do.
Just make us homeschool.
He should let me be the teacher, let me live here, and let me be homeschool you guys.
If he'd let you, I'm sure he'd ask what you'd teach us. And I know you would teach us Jehovah's Witnesses too.
I would, absolutely. You know I would. Unless he told me I absolutely could not teach it to you, and then I'd do it anyway.
Well, if he told you he couldn't, you're his father, and you have more might than him, so.
Well, it's not fair to do that, honey, because we're all creatures of free will. Do you know what that means?
We do whatever we want.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mean we do what... Well, it means we have the ability to decide what's good. No, it means we have the ability to choose something even if it's bad. And that's not quite fair. But it also... Now, I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying if your dad wants to take the responsibility not to teach you about God,
That's his choice.
that's his choice. But it's not my choice, honey. I want to teach you about God.
And
You-
I want to learn.
Good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
Like my father. He wants to quit. He did a good job when he was on the road,
Quit what?
smoking.
Well, he'll learn. He'll learn. Honey, don't punish him for that. He'll learn.
Oh, but it was funny when my mom did something. He took half of his cigarettes and took it, and I thought that was funny because I was planning to steal the whole pack.
Good for you. Well, it's not good for his health, sweetheart.
I know.
And we love him.
He was doing a very good job when he was on the road. I don't remember what he was doing, but then when he came back home, because I don't know, I think he quit. Then he went back to smoking.
Well, and you know, we can't condemn him for that. See, that's another thing, that's his choice, isn't it? And it doesn't mean that God approves of it, but it doesn't mean God condemns him either. It means that God wants him to learn. And sometimes, in my life, honey, I learned the hard way. And see, you're so smart, you don't have to learn the hard way.
I never planned on smoking.
I know, and you're not going to, I hope.
No. I never planned on, because now that I'm seeing what my dad's doing, he has to breathe with his mouth, and when he sleeps, and he coughs like all day.
I know. Well, he chose to do that, sweetheart, because he never saw me smoke. The only time he was a grown man before he ever saw me smoke. Because there were years, and I don't think you ever remembered that I did smoke.
I remembered.
Yeah. And then I remember when I quit, right? And so he chose. See, here's a perfect example of what people choose to do. He chose to start smoking all on his own. He can't blame someone else for what he does. He's responsible for what he does, right? Anyway, he will figure it out, sweetheart.
I know he will.
He'll figure it out.
Don't have anything bad.
I know.
And he has to go back in the hospital.
I know. He won't talk to me about that at all, and I don't even know what happened.
I know they took fluids away from him.
What fluids?
He was drinking a lot of water then, and he had like water stuck in him, and that was filling
Oh.
his stomach to get bigger.
Okay.
But then he was losing weight a lot. He's losing weight a lot now.
Is he?
Mhm.
What's he doing to help him lose the weight?
I don't know, but once when he got out of the hospital, I think after a bit, like a few months, I don't know, a while later, we went on a walk with our dog Sadie,
Yeah.
like halfway around the duck pond.
All right. Good for
And we
him.
all get got tired.
Good for
And then
him.
And then my dog.
Good for him. Life can be a struggle for some of us, honey.
Yeah. Now I
And-
just need to get him a bike.
Well,
He wants a bike.
you know, he loves you so much and he's doing all this for you. But it might not seem like it, but
No, he said, like, we went to the store,
Mhm.
and he saw this nice bike, and he said, I want that bike.
for you, right? Or for him?
He wanted that bike.
Oh, for him.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Bike, that
Maybe we should buy him a bicycle while I'm here.
would be a good idea.
I don't have to ask his permission for nothing. I'm his dad.
Let's hope he knows how to ride it.
He does. I taught him how to ride a bike, silly.
I know, but you can forget things.
You can't forget how to ride a bicycle, honey.
That is true. We need to teach Annabelle how to ride a bicycle with training wheels.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe, does she don't have a bicycle?
She has, like, no, but she tries to ride Addie's.
Does Addie have a bicycle?
Yes.
A new one?
Yes.
All right. And do you have a bicycle? You got, how many bicycles you got? 3 or 4?
One.
Oh, what'd you do with all the other ones?
Those ones, we might still have the Honka truck and the orange one, but Dad said to throw them away.
Okay. What about the Jeep and all that? You still got that?
Yeah.
How, do they run?
I need a new battery, not a battery, I don't know.
I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll be here long enough to figure some of that stuff out if your dad lets me.
I think we need a new battery.
I can figure it out, honey.
Yeah, the battery will take the charge.
Remember you used to say I can fix anything?
Yeah. Turns out no one can fix anything. There was a broken toy my sister had.
Yeah.
I used to could fix those.
Some things you can't fix, though.
Yes.
Some things you just got to throw them away.
Yeah. I can't fix a poor tree.
A what?
A poor tree.
A poor tree?
A tree.
Are you kidding me? That's what's left of the pear tree?
Yeah.
Who cut it down?
I think Libby wanted to.
Why?
I don't know.
Remember the apple trees we used to go get apples?
Piper's grandpa lives there now.
Okay. Do you think, I can see pears right now. Or is that just yellow leaves?
It's pears.
If I had my RV here, I got the ladder in the RV. We could do like we used to do, go climb up the ladder and grab pears. Remember the house across the street that had the rose bushes?
Yeah. And there's over there?
And there.
Yeah, there's over, yeah.
Remember the house that used to be there before they tore it down?
Uh-huh. I don't know. But over there, there's still rose bushes, and right now no one lives here, so they wouldn't even care.
And remember the apple trees in the backyard and then the apple tree in the front yard on the brown house?
Yeah.
Remember we used to call it the brown house?
Yeah.
How's Libby doing?
She's doing good. We haven't talked to her in a bit. But
How about this one here? What's her name, the lady there?
Jan?
Jan. How's Jan doing?
She's doing good.
Do you ever talk to her?
Yeah. Whenever sometimes when she's pulling in, she'll talk to us, and when she's coming out, she'll talk to us.
Yeah.
We're mostly in the pool then, unless I'm letting my dogs out.
You think that new dog of yours will bark at me?
He will, as he walked over there and we let him out, just started walking there
Right.
at the plant.
Yeah.
And then he would just see you, and if you stopped and looked at him, he would run over to you, and if you sniffed you and pet you, you could pet him without.
Well, if I walked in, if I went in the yard with you,
You could just walk in the house, and he will sniff you, and then he'll like wag his tail, and then you could just pet him. But watch out.
Like a
his
regular
tail is like
dog.
a whip. His
Yep.
tail is a whip.
okay. His tail is a whip.
A whip, yes. Like he will whip us with his tail when we walk in the house.
Right.
The guy who lives in the brown house now,
Yeah.
when he was walking over there, Copper ran over there, sniffed him, and then he could just pet him.
Your daddy did?
No.
Who?
The guy who lives in the brown house.
Oh, okay.
He just was walking over there, and then Copper sniffed him and let
What's your dog's name?
Copper.
Copper.
We got him from someone else who named him Copper.
Copper, and I forget your black dog's name?
Sadie.
Sadie and Copper.
Yeah, watch out.
Who named him?
There was multiple people who lived, he had 5 families.
Hi, come here, little girl.
He had 5
Aw,
families.
come here, honey. Look at you, sweetheart. Look at you, beautiful baby. Hi, honey. I love you. I love you, pretty girl. Look at you. You're 5 years old, aren't you? Look at you. Hi, honey. You're so pretty. I missed you. Oh, don't steal my glasses. Don't smash my phone. Steal my glasses.
I already have a sleeping bag.
Huh?